Well, hello there. This is Zee's Basket's first ever podcast, and welcome to my segment, Chats with Zee, where I'll be having tough and honest discussions about the beauty and complexity of everyday life with a different guest each week. I'm your host, Zee, and today we're going to be talking about friendships. My guest today is my brother in law, Naley. I have a list of questions, and we're going to be answering them based on our personal opinions and life experiences. Hi, Naley.
Hello, Z.
How you feeling?
Well, I'm all right.
You sure?
After
Still ready to keep going?
After your first drill, I'm okay.
Okay, so let's get back into it.
Okay.
What do you do about an emotional distant friend or a friend who's only taken and never given?
Right. So, an emotional distant friend. Well, I think I like the part you said all, so I'll go with the all. A friend who's only taking and never giving. A friend who's always taking and never giving, it's got a problem already.
Okay.
Selfish. That's why I call that those kind of persons. You just and well, it's in two definitions, isn't it? When you mean taking and never giving,
Yeah.
it's not about material things.
Yeah, no.
So that person straight away, I just feel this one is just selfish.
Yeah.
They're always there to just consume my time, consume even my,
energy,
my resources as well.
Yeah.
You don't give anything, so that's not a friend. And I don't know. Your question is about what I do about such persons.
Yeah.
I creep away. Do you hear me? Let the Nigerian in me come. I creep away. Like a baby.
Like
I crawl away. Run. Because a time is coming, it's going to be toxic. It becomes a problem. You begin to feel rage.
Yeah.
When the person comes, you begin to dislike the person. You don't want that. So at the end of the day, I want to believe that having such a friend in my, on my friends list is already a challenge.
A problem.
I will have to delete that person straight on. But again, if you are like me, who will always tell a friend straight up, Chairman, why this thing? You know they do don't you just do it? Don't you even just have that conscience to say, let me even give small today? And I will say it in a joking way. Maybe we are doing something, and I'll say, can't you bring that money that we're supposed to use and do something today? Why must it be me every time?
Yeah.
And I watch his reaction. If he's doing it consciously, you will know. If he's doing it unconsciously, you also know. But again, people don't give what they don't have.
Yeah.
So it could be one of those challenges as well. But in general, my answer is like in a general situation where everything is ticked, this person still does not give and always wants to benefit. I would delete that person straight away. That's not a friend.
Okay. What about the emotional distance?
So what do you, when you say emotional distance, what do you mean?
Now, when I say emotional distance is, I keep opening up to you. I share about my life. You basically know everything about me deeply.
Mm-hmm.
And I know nothing.
Right.
About you. So it's on the surface with you, but you know everything, my deepest, darkest secret, my scariest one, my happiest thought.
And you don't know anything about the person.
Yeah, basically, and I know nothing about you. It's like,
right.
What's happening?
You guys these days, you guys just give some names like emotional distance. It scared me a bit.
Oh, you know.
Anyway, now you've explained.
Because you want to make a deep, meaningful connection.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. So basically, this person is also giving you his or her part of the story. Like you don't know anything about the person's emotions.
Yeah.
Nothing about. You must understand where your information is becoming too much.
Okay.
I quantify my friendship by the level of information I have drawn so far from the person. So as I go along, let me say in a 1 week friendship, on the first day we're able to know ourselves.
Yeah.
I've given you the background, the family I come from, how many we are, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
and you didn't say anything about yours.
Yeah.
I'll keep it to myself for the first time. The second day, I try to open up about, oh my, I went to University of X, Y, and Z, and then you didn't say anything. That's how much information I can give to you. I won't push it anymore. It's easy to know from your very first interaction who this person is, because the person may be talking about other people and will never talk about themselves. So
what's up with that?
it's creepy, but that's how people are. Most persons are like that. They don't want to know anything about them, but they want to know everything about you.
Yeah, then I worry because I do have a friend like that where I'm like, I want to know you. And she gets defensive, like, oh, so you don't know me? I'm like, not really. Because I share my deepest, darkest side of myself with you. And then I start to wonder where all my information I'm giving you are going to because I know nothing.
That's where you need to
about
have
you.
a pause, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's where you need to.
Which is why I'm like, okay, what do I do? It seems like you don't actually want me because why I wanted that, she always calls me her best friend and she's not mine. And so that's where the awkwardness comes from.
I
And I'm
see.
like, okay, maybe to make this right, I really need to know you because the best friend we have in common, who is also her best friend, I know my best friend like that, like a lot. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. I even asked my best friend, I was like, does she share this, like, with you? And she's like, yeah, she does. I'm like, okay, then maybe I'm the problem. What is the problem? Do you find me intimidating? What is it? So that you could also help me change and grow, but she's not saying. So I'm like, how are
You
we
see,
supposed to?
what's the best friend thing? So when she says you are her best friend,
Yeah.
there must be a reason why you are her best friend.
Okay. Well, she always has this thing where she always comes to me for like advices.
Is that what makes you her best friend?
I don't know, maybe.
Great. So that's the thing. So you have a best friend who is a friend to her.
Yeah.
But she
Who
shares.
is her best friend as well?
So she has two best friends.
Yeah, me and that and my best friend.
It's so weird. It's so weird. So that's why I don't think there is anything called best friend.
Okay.
Because I can't have two best friends. What is best?
Why?
Why must I have two best friends?
I have three.
They're not best. They're friends.
Okay, they're good friends.
Yeah, well,
Really
they're good friends. They're not best
Okay,
friends.
so should we
you
just
see,
say good friends?
Yeah,
not
so
best
good friends. Because you see, when you say
Okay.
something is best, it's defined as singular. Imagine a class. This is the best person in the class. If you have two persons who are best on that level of academics, yes.
Well, in my best friends, in my number of best friends, I can say one is my
That's
my
exactly what I mean.
ride or
So
die.
so you can I disagree with it. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's my opinion. Yeah, I could be wrong because people can say I've got 2, 3 best friends. I have one best friend.
Okay.
And the annoying best friend I have is my wife. She's my best friend.
The annoying best friend I have is my wife.
Yeah, she's my best friend because we could say everything, the deepest things we need to say to ourselves.
Yeah.
And really, it doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
I don't have a second best friend. Every other friend of mine is now my very good friend.
Yeah.
So your question about what it was about emotional distancing.
Yeah.
I still want to believe that this person is keeping whatever she is keeping from you because she believes that if she gives it to you, you might not be the best friend she wants you to be.
Okay.
And so I do not think you should give that person so much information about yourself
I don't
if it's offensive.
anymore. Yeah. Actually, don't. Anymore.
But if it's offensive, you see, I don't really have a problem with giving people information that I think they should have.
Yeah.
But at the time where it begins to become an everyday affair,
yeah,
I begin to draw the curtains.
Yeah.
So if it's offensive that you are giving such information out, you shouldn't.
Well, not necessarily offensive. It's just I feel like, I'm open.
Yeah.
I'm sharing.
Yeah.
That's how you make what's the word? You make someone, comfortable being
I
around
see what you mean.
Yeah, being open. So I feel like she should also have that, but she doesn't.
Right.
So I'm like, I can't only just be someone who you come to for advice. Every problem solving, you come to me. You
Yeah.
come to me. So it's like,
But do you have any other
that's
thing
it.
to benefit from this person? Do you benefit something else apart from this information sharing that is becoming a very bit
It's
awkward?
sad because nothing comes to mind.
Then that person is not your friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, when she called me her best friend, I was like, you're my friend, but and I felt bad saying that, which is why I was like, okay, maybe I need to sit you down and we have so which is why because I know how she is, which is why I called my other friend. I was like, okay, let's help me talk to her.
See, this is interesting, Do you know that people look up to you and they call you a friend?
Yeah.
And you are saying, that's not my friend.
That's why I'm hurt.
The definition of friendship now has changed.
Yeah.
So
I'm not necessarily saying she's not my friend.
No,
she
I understand.
Is my friend.
Yeah.
But the best part is where I have a problem with.
Great. So you see, I still want to believe that if someone looks up to you as a friend and you don't agree
bring
with
something to their life.
there must be something you are bringing to their life. Now, that's where that definition of senior friend comes in, or mentor. You see, there's a thin line between love and like, and I tell my wife this every day.
Yeah.
That's the same way there's a thin line between friendship and being an enemy. Let me use that definition straight up. When someone looks up to you for something and the person calls you his or her friend, I think the only thing you can do is to accept this person, but at the same time, if she or he is not hurting you, at the same time you're able to filter the kind of information.
Which is what I have done.
Great.
To be honest. Because I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop opening up, but you're still my friend. I accept you. That's who you are. That's fine. You don't want to go deeper than this.
Exactly. Because not all friendship can be that deep.
So I'm like, okay, let's just leave it at what it is and, end it there. that went for a while. That was a long talk.
Right. Good.
Now, you're going to like this one. I'm looking forward to see what you say.
Okay.
How do you get back the trust of friendship once you've been betrayed? Now, the Judases of the world. We all have that.
Wow.
Have you had that?
That's the. Have I had? How old do you think I am?
More than
over 3 decades, man. I've had a lot of backstabbers.
Ooh.
A lot of them.
Let's go.
I would only use one.
Okay.
Which is common to myself and my wife.
Okay.
This person dealt with me in all sense of dealing.
Wow. They just put all the knives in.
Everything.
And dug deep.
I was so angry. Other friends of mine noticed it. They were asking me, why are you still friends with this person? My wife one day, she told me, she said, are you into a blood covenant or something with this human being?
Yeah.
This person is an animal. And I kept saying, see, I have a reason. Just keep it. Look, what I do to such people is that I remain the friend I am. I remain the good person I am.
Yeah.
I do not want their negativity to, influence my good character.
Yeah.
So what I do is that I tend to always check up on them, even though I know they have that backstabbed me.
Dude.
I put that pin back to them. You see, it's the only way. That's the one way that I think being a Christian, it has helped me to overcome this kind of persons. I genuinely put them in their space. What they want me to do, I do not do, which is to break.
Yeah.
They want to break you. They want to make you look like the bad person. I do not allow them to do that to me.
Yeah.
So I press back every good. In fact, this person was owing me over £2,000.
Wow.
And one day, I just called him and said to him, bro, I think you can't pay this money. There's no need for us to go back and forth about it. It was our rent.
Yeah.
And we used to share the rent. And I used to pay because he didn't have the money. And by the time when all these challenges came up, it was now a big problem. He said all kind of things about me, how I was wicked, how I was that. Other friends of mine was like, I don't think that's Naley though. Really, Naley? Did he do that? And then one morning I woke up and said, I'm just going to forgive this guy.
Yeah.
Take all the money, don't pay back. And the next day I still called him to ask him how he was doing. So recently, and I showed my wife this, recently he sent me a text and said, you're the best friend I've ever had in my life.
What?
Yeah. Now, can I call that person my best friend? No, I
No.
can't. I can't call him my best friend. He's my friend. But at least, even though he had all those backstabbing moments in my life, I was able to bring him back to normalcy. But does it mean I'm going to give him that length of rope to come into my life anymore? No. It's going to be at arm's length. That's where he is as a friend. A friend who is zoned in friendship.
How do you get back the trust? Like, say they want to, come back and be your friend, but how do you do that? What process? How
It's
do you
just
process that?
you start just the normal way you start with a friend, you begin to build friendship all over. You give them bits and bits of what you want them to know, where you want them to get to, what you need them to, how you need to operate in your life. You have to define it. Because if they are coming back, if they are the ones saying, I really want to be your friend again,
Yeah.
then you have to define the terms and conditions. Knowing fully well that you've had a challenge,
Okay.
it must come from a place of trust. And it's difficult, I will lie. It's really difficult, but you have to. It's creepy as well. Because imagine someone who has trust issues or who normally steals your stuff. And he says he wants to be you want to be my friend? I will hide my wallet. I'll put all my meat in my fridge and lock it.
I've had that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So you say you want to be my friend again. No, I'm not going to give you that chance to come into my life and destroy it anymore. I'll allow you come in, but you won't get to my room. Boss, you will stay in my sitting room for now.
I can see.
For now, yeah. Until I gain that trust. It's painful, but it's an experience the person or you have to pass through.
I mean, how do you recover from that? How do you start that healing process? Because I feel sometimes with betrayal, depending on it, like
acceptance.
no,
Acceptance.
it's easy because I'm someone who's very accepting of people, which is why when my betrayal happened, it broke me so bad. And that process for me, I had to go into therapy because I just couldn't process or deal with it at all. It really hurt me so much. So I mean, for the recovery and the healing to start happening, I think depending on the circumstances, I feel like that should also be one of the things you do, like some counseling if you need it, because sometimes those things can really, I don't know, break you so much.
So let's take this as a scenario, which might be interesting.
Yeah.
So Zee, I'm your friend.
Yeah.
And I have hurt you. I don't know in what sense.
In what capacity?
But I've hurt you so bad, and it got to you.
Mm-hmm.
So it debars me from being a friend at that moment.
Yeah.
But again, I want to be your friend, so I come to you and say, Zee, I'm really sorry for what I did. It was Carlos. It was blah blah blah. Please forgive me. And you are like, okay, this person have apologized, but I'm scared of bringing him back into my life.
Yeah.
How do you go about it? See, for me, when once an apology has been given, I take it as the first step of boldness. Apologies are very difficult to come by.
Yeah.
Genuine apology can only can only be seen from when the person starts to interact with you again.
Yeah.
So I want to believe that friendship has got that second chance.
Mm-hmm.
People have third chances, fourth chances, and or whatnot. What's the importance of this particular friend to you? For me, I still believe that how I can get back into that friendship is, first of all, seeing that the person has genuinely apologized and understand that what he or she did was wrong. When that is accepted, then I can start all over to build trust. You see, a broken foundation, a broken wall, can only be fixed when you go back to the roots, the foundation of that and break.
Yeah.
So why did that friendship break? Go back to the roots. Look at how it went bad and see how you can fix it.
Yeah.
So again, like I said, there may not be any applicable ways to go about it in terms of this is the generic way to go about it.
Yeah.
But I want to believe that every friendship, like when we started, has got a foundation.
Yeah.
What is the foundation of this friendship?
Yeah.
If it's not strong enough, it's not strong. When you have to accept this person, it must be defined. It must be that strong.
I would say, I think in that sense, for me, where everything just went wrong, because even when they came back, it was kind of like, oh, you need closure, you need to find out what you did wrong to make them do what they did. And this closure, helps you move forward. My closure actually pissed me off all over
Not
again.
all closures.
So yeah, not all closure. I mean, they say, but for me, it doesn't work for everybody. After that, I was like, it literally doesn't work for everybody.
No, it
Because
doesn't.
for me, it set me off even more, and I was like, were we even friends to begin with? If it's, I never did anything to you. You were just stupid and decided to be even more stupid. So it's like, okay, where do we go? She wanted to be friends. To be honest, she's still in my life.
Did
But
she
I
apologize?
just don't. I can't remember now because it was so long ago. She did. To be
Great.
honest, she actually did.
Great.
But it was you need to get over it. It's been years now. And that's another thing that set me off because I'm like, you shouldn't. Because I had a close friend, one of my close, good friends, also going through a similar thing I went through. So that was like triggering me all over again. So I felt like I still can trust you. And the problem I kept having was I kept wanting us to go back to the people we were back then, which were not. We're two grown people now. Circumstances have changed for both of us. So it was like I should have walked with the people we were now. She's still in my life, so she's a friend, but I'm not really I have no expectations of it with her. When I see her, we say hi, we catch up, how are you? But I don't text or call her. So it's just I mean she still wants to be my friend, and I'm just like I don't know when I will get to that place where I'm saying let's have a a genuine friendship.
Now, see, this is where your question actually was, how do you get back?
Yeah, the friendship,
to
the trust. Yeah.
get back the trust of a friendship.
Yeah.
Now, see, you may not be able to get to that genuine like you define. Things have changed. There had been an awkward moment in your life. Like my example I gave earlier about this friend of mine who was choking me up.
Yeah.
We are still friends, But one thing I may not be able to do is to do the exact things we used to do before. But I still am a friend to him.
Yeah.
We still do stuff. And trust me, he's a good friend now. He's a good friend. He calls me to tell me the challenges he is going through in his life. And I find ways to help. And it feels to other friends of mine that I'm being stupid. I'm not. It's just that this is how this person is. You must, first of all, understand who this person is again.
The thing is, I feel like with mine, I feel like she can be a good friend or is one, but I just don't seem to be giving her the chance to.
Do you think that sometimes we as the friends who expect others, we also have a problem?
Yeah, definitely.
Great. So this might not be your friend's problem. It could be, like you said earlier, it could be your problem trying to get back to where you used to be.
But I'm no longer thinking that because I know we're two different people.
Exactly.
Now. But I'm just not. I still have this huge wall up that I'm not. I don't think I'm ready to actually even bring down. So I mean, she's shown me things, where I'm not expecting her to be there for me, and she has, which is nice. It's lovely, but at the same time, I'm still keeping her at the arm's length. And I think and I love that she respects that.
Great. You see that this is very weird. This question is one of the weirdest questions I've heard so far.
It's very layered.
Yeah, because it's deep. It's really, really deep.
It's layered.
For me, I do not think that if you haven't forgiven someone, you should bring the person back into your life.
No, I've forgiven her. I just don't trust her.
Now, you see, that's the thing about forgiveness. People say I've forgiven, just like you have said now.
Yeah.
But again, you remember what the person have done and it comes back. That's not forgiveness.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My definition of forgiveness is actually that even though I remember, it doesn't prick me anymore.
Yeah.
And that's why people like Christians will let me say forgive and forget.
It doesn't, but I'm cautious.
Yeah, right. So you see, this is where you and I will probably have the differences, because I remember
very
some stuff,
cautious.
I remember some stuff, but I don't allow it to get to me. I mean, just last night, I and my wife were having a discussion, and I was saying to her, babe, you know, you remember some very very awkward things that I probably don't even remember. And she goes, yeah, that's because I keep it in my heart, and I try to not to make the mistake again. And I say, look, I move away. I don't even remember the date. My wife remembers the date.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. Sometimes I feel, are you being vindictive or something? I know, I would laugh about it. But that's who she is. And that's who I am.
Yeah.
So this person could be genuinely repentant, but you at the moment is having a problem with breaking the wall that you have, because it was you who was hot.
Yeah. So I should be allowed to feel how I want
you
to
have
feel.
definitely. Definitely. And that's why you should also be very truthful to this person and say, look, we cannot be as we used to be, because the person is looking for how to become that friend that you should trust. But at this point in time, you have a wall between you and trust and this person. And that's where there is a challenge, because you have a problem about trust. This person cannot function as a friend.
Yeah.
He or she will function in the capacity you are given, but there is no way you will accept this person, because there is a wall, until that wall is broken. And you know what? The wall is an invisible wall that you have built.
Yeah.
Until you break down that wall, there is no existence of friendship. So for me, this is what I will do. Number one, allow this person to apologize to you. Be genuine. Number two, let this person now begin to create an atmosphere of comfortability where I can begin to gain trust. That same thing that happened between yourself and that person, I will want to even go as far as having to take a risk again.
Yeah.
And see how he or she addresses that challenge.
Yeah.
Where you break that bond again, that is exit. Straight out of my life.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's how I feel.
No, fair enough. That's a really, really good point. I like that, actually. Okay, moving on to a lighter note.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is too hot.
Yep. It's so layered. We could go on forever, but we have to move on.
Definitely.
What makes a good friend, and what are the key pieces to a good, long-lasting friendship?
I will summarize that into love.
Communication.
Love. Everything that you can think about. Everything.
All that good stuff.
Everything good. And some bad.
Yeah.
And some bad. Don't expect everything good.
A little bad.
A little bad. That's what makes a good friend. A good friend is always there for you. Always there. Always there. No matter under the sun, the rain, any kind of weather. I'll give you an example, Zee, and you might be very familiar with this one.
Yeah.
You know, when I was having the challenges of my visa,
yeah,
one of my friends he was here. He felt really, really bad for me. I had exceeded my status by 1 day.
Yeah.
I would have applied like yesterday, and I woke up the next day not remembering that I had to renew my visa yesterday.
Yeah.
So I had 1 day overstayed in the UK. It was bad. I was broken. I was packing my bags immediately. I was telling my wife, you know what, I'm going to leave and I'm going to come back as a visitor. I don't want any problems, blah, blah, blah. And this friend of mine just said, bro, come on, don't do this. How can you? So you get to the airport and you say, what? You overstayed, so you are going. That's a lost battle, man. Don't do that. And he was there. We went into our systems, looked at various ways we can correct this. He called lawyers. He was there for me. This is me who used to be there for everyone.
Yeah.
At this point, no one was there apart from this guy. And he was able to get a lawyer. The lawyer advised me on what to do. And I got my life sorted within 24 hours.
Yeah.
That's a friend. That's my ride or die. The funny thing is, I haven't called this person my best friend. I haven't. He is my good friend.
Yeah.
In fact, the irony about this challenge was that he even brought some of the monies which I used to apply.
That's good.
Look, I've got good friends, Z. When I tell you I have good friends, trust me, I do.
You have really good friends.
But you see, these are the qualities I see. And trust me, ask this friend of mine, when he was in some challenges, I was there. Because I knew that it was for a time being.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that one day he's going to do this for me. But I did it as a friend. So a good friend should always be selfless without expecting anything back. The future is bright. That's how we roll as friends.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do this, you are able to sow seeds on different soils that you can reap tomorrow. And that's why, you see, you can call me an extrovert. I'm always out there doing something because someday I still believe that I will need one or two favors from these persons, and the good things I have done will speak for me.
Yeah.
Even though it does not come to that point, I have sowed good seeds and they are germinating and they are growing.
Good stuff.
Well, if you say so.
Good stuff.
If you say so, Z.
Now, do you think we need new friends, and why? Or should we just stick to our, we've
No.
made the friendship we feel we're gonna carry forward?
No, Z. No, I don't think you should be stagnant in your friendship. Friendship evolves.
Why do we need?
You need good friends because you are growing. Human beings grow, and then you need people to fill into the gaps of your life. Your old friends could be old stuff. Do you update your iPhone every day? Yes, that's a new friend to the iPhone, baby. Trust me. You need to upgrade your life. You need to bring in new friends. And they may not be as deep as your old friends, but you need those new friends for refreshing.
Yeah.
You need to explore. It doesn't make you not to be good friends with your old friends.
Yeah.
It just makes you see the other parts of life that you probably have not seen. And it's interesting out there. There are a lot of things you do not know. And you can only know those things only when you go out and make friends. These friends may not be as deep as your old friends. I mean, I cannot compare my friends when I was in nursery school, primary school, to the friend I have now.
Yeah.
But there are some friends that are deep. I made a friend at work. He was too good to be a friend. Yeah. He dug into every part of my life as the same way he allowed me to dig into every facet of his life. What my old friends probably did not even have. You see, if I did not,
you wouldn't have made a new friend.
Great.
I love that.
Thank you.
I like that. Should friendships last forever? And what do you do when they end?
Friendship should last forever. But for instance, or for peradventure, they do not. And they end. You don't need to fight it. It ended for a reason. Everything that is worth fighting for must have a reason to be fought for. If it is not working, please leave that battlefield. There is no need. There is no need. If someone says, this is the end of my friendship with you, I want to know why. If I am not in any way bringing anything to the table to that friendship, that's why it's ending. A good friendship does not end. Z. I think this is where I want to draw the curtains on that question. Good friendships do not end. And if you they grow. And if you say it ends, then it ends. There's nothing to do about it.
Yeah.
It has ended.
Start over.
All over.
Wow. This was deep.
Well.
I have really, really, really loved loved having you on this.
Thank you
this
very
is
much,
really
Z.
good. I really
Thank
love
you.
hearing from your own personal views and your opinions and what you think just based on your life. So thank you so much.
Thank you too for having me.
Yeah, this was fun.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on Zee's Basket podcast. That concludes part 2 on the discussion of friendships with Naley. Loved what you heard so far? You can find me on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, and Zee's Basket's website. Don't forget to hit the subscribe, follow, or sign up button so you don't miss an episode.